but doesn't last long. Very chilly weather on the way, near freezing this weekend. We'll tell you about that.
As expected. Thank you so much, Mike. Governor Cuomo says $70 million from the Federal Highway Administration will go towards 68 projects across the state that will promote walking and biking and boost tourism and economic development. The projects include new bike and pedestrian facilities and a conversion of abandoned railroad corridors for trail use. The City Department of Health and Hospital Corporation say the 5-year-old boy who is being tested for Ebola does not have the virus. However, he will need to be tested negative for other viruses. Once he's clear, he will leave. However, he's currently under isolation. News 12 has obtained video showing the boy being transported by an ambulance and trained personnel to Bellevue Hospital Sunday night. The minor's mother says he was running a fever, but officials say when the healthcare workers took his temperature at the hospital, it was normal. It wasn't until yesterday morning when his temperature spiked. And Ebola is on the mind of a lot of folks around the country. A new CNN ORC International poll says 8 in 10 Americans believe someone new will in fact be diagnosed with the disease in the coming weeks. But there is overwhelming confidence in federal government's ability to prevent a nationwide epidemic. The poll also shows more than 7 in 10 Americans say the federal government can stop an Ebola epidemic, and 54% believe the federal government is doing a good job in addressing the disease. To keep up with the very latest on Ebola, check out news12.com. The annual Gender Gap Index by the Geneva-based World Economic Forum shows that Nordic nations such as Finland and Norway lead the world in promoting equality of all the sexes. In the United States, it ranks at 20. This year, 136 countries were surveyed. It includes access to health care, education, and work. I'm Vanessa Freeman. This is News 12 The Bronx. As local news gets. Still ahead, 2 women are caught on camera while trying to rob patio furniture. A look at that surveillance video coming up.
News 12 The Bronx is brought to you in part by GMC. Visit TriStateGMC.com to find the pro nearest you and test drive one of our professional-grade GMC trucks or SUVs today.
Introducing your shortcut to a better commute. The new 12 Traffic app. It's got real-time traffic information and can show you what's happening right now. Find out the conditions of the roads, how long the problem will last, and alternative routes. Imagine never being surprised by slowdowns ahead. Just go to the App Store and type News 12 Interactive. The News 12 Traffic app is available for iPhones and iPads and free for Optimum subscribers. All from News 12 The Bronx. As local news gets.
If you or someone you care for has an autism spectrum disorder, you may be interested in our clinical research study. We want to learn how an investigational medication might affect social behavior and communication in people with autism. To participate, you must be a man between 18 and 35 years old and must speak English. A caregiver must provide assistance with study activities. Help us learn more about autism. For more information, contact us today.
Exciting action is next door at Resort World Casino, New York City. Thousands of table games and slot machines on 2 spacious floors. Enjoy great food and nightly entertainment. Sign up for a free membership and earn points for dining, shopping, and gaming. Located near JFK Airport, it's an easy drive or ride on the A train. Take our free shuttle from the Long Island Railroad Jamaica Station. Resort World Casino, New York City, minutes away.
News 12 The Bronx is brought to you in part by Resorts World Casino, New York City. Enjoy 5,000 games, elegant dining, and live music right next door in Queens.
The city's jail system will soon have a new person in charge. Chief of Department William Clemens announced he will retire this December. Clemens was one of 2 supervisors in 2012 who omitted hundreds of inmate fights from statistics turned over to federal authorities investigating violence on Rikers Island. According to the Associated Press, Clemens said the decision to resign was his own. And a New York City police officer is found guilty of conspiring with known drug dealers. A jury convicted Jose Ramos of 3 charges, including attempted criminal possession of a controlled substance and attempted grand larceny and robbery. Investigators say Ramos was allowing an alleged drug dealer to operate out of 2 barbershops he owned back in 2008. Wiretaps also revealed Ramos was involved in plots to steal from other drug dealers and to transport drugs. He faces up to 30 years in prison for these crimes. He's also being charged with taking part in a ticket fixing scam along with 15 other officers. And a brazen robbery in Edenwald caught on video. 2 women walk onto a homeowner's porch and leave with patio furniture. News 12 The Bronx reporter Shayna Estulin spoke to the stunned homeowners and shows us video you'll only see here on 12.
This porch is mostly empty now, except for the sofa right here, but it didn't look like this before. And that's because of what happened on the night of October 13th. As you can see here on the security video, at 10:45 p.m., one woman comes onto the porch, she takes the cushions off the furniture, throws it down the stairs, and then takes a chair down with her. 10 minutes later, she returns with another woman, and you can see them take another chair and the table. The woman who owns the home, Charmaine Holt, says she's really stunned that this happened, and she's sure they would have come back for the sofa if it wasn't for a concerned neighbor who stepped in.
The neighbor came out to put out the garbage and saw them, called to them. She said she called to them, told them to drop the chairs, but they didn't. They ran around 290. I mean, if females can be doing this, what else won't they do?
Charmaine says in the near decade she's lived in this neighborhood, nothing like this has ever happened. She's hoping people will see the images on the tape and recognize the 2 women. In Edenwald, Shayna Estulin, News 12, The Bronx.
If you have information police want to hear from you, you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. Remember, all calls are kept confidential. A 2-month-old baby is rushed in critical condition to New York Presbyterian Hospital, Columbia, after suffering an injury to his head. Officials say Jamil Greer was in the care of his uncle. They say that when the baby's mother returned him home yesterday, she found the baby with a blue face and barely breathing. The boy was first taken to Lincoln Hospital before being transported. Now, a Pennsylvania company is recalling several brands of baby wipes due to possible bacterial contamination. New Tech Disposable says it received complaints of rashes, irritation, and even fever. The company says the wipes could be dangerous to people with weakened immune systems. The wipes were manufactured under several brand names including Femtech, Fred, Touching Touch, and Well Beginnings. They were sold to Walgreens, Sam's Club, Family Dollar, Fred, and Diapers.com. For more information, head over to our website, news12.com, and click the Numbers and Links tab. And it's what we've all been waiting for. Today is National Chocolate Day, which of course means a reason to eat lots of chocolate. The chocolate industry is actually an $83 billion a year business, and according to Marcus & Marcus research firm, so whether it's white chocolate or dark chocolate or milk, don't forget to enjoy a little bit of that sweet treat today. And with Halloween right around the corner, many of you have been already sending in your Halloween pictures. This is 9-month-old Hazel Marie Roman. Pierre Medina is pictured here dressed as Alfalfa. The 1-year-old family says he loves Halloween costumes. That was actually his birthday party. And this cutie is Nova Rose Paredes, rocking a Batgirl outfit. That she is. Love the purple. And as you begin to prepare to get an overload of chocolate and trick-or-treating, don't forget to snap a picture of your little ghouls and goblins and send them to us. Just upload it to news12.com, look under videos and photos tab, and press the submit button. Checking out to our hyper-local forecast with meteorologist Mike Zetta. Mike, a perfect day to go trick-or-treating today, not so much on Halloween.
No, it's going to be much, much colder on Halloween. Windy, too. But today, however, Vanessa's great weather to maybe head around and finalize your Halloween costume. Because walking around today from shop to shop, picking up things if you're one of the do-it-yourself crafty type of people, 70 this afternoon. It'll feel quite pleasant with a warm finish to the day and stays mild throughout this evening. If you're out later tonight looking toward the southern horizon at precisely 6:24, 2 minutes after the 6:22 launch, you should be able able to see the rocket launch, which was supposed to go up last night, but the boat got in the way. Long story, details on Facebook. Chilly for Halloween, possible snowflakes this weekend. Details coming.
If you've been injured in a car accident or any kind of serious accident, the law limits the time you have to file your claim. Your time may be running out. You need a lawyer who will get you the money you deserve. Call the Injury Helpline now and speak to a lawyer near you for free. One who gets paid only when you collect money. The insurance companies have lawyers working hard on their side, and so should you. Visit injuryhelpline.com or get connected now by calling 1-800-252-1988.
Emilio's of Morse Park has been bringing pizza night to your family for over 3 decades. We offer more than 2 dozen specialty pizzas by the slice and by the pie. Our family only chooses the freshest quality ingredients for our chefs to cook with, giving you that true old world authentic Italian taste in every dish. So whether you're dining in or ordering out, call Emilio's of Morris Park. We have lunch specials Monday through Saturday and a full catering menu. Call 718-822-6758. Home of the Chicken Vodka Pizza.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Nearly 3 million homeowners have already taken advantage of this fantastic money-saving program. But there are so many more of you who could be saving hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. Quicken Loans is here to help you save money. Why Quicken Loans? The home loan experts at Quicken Loans fully understand the HARP guidelines. We'll work with you to understand your specific circumstances and strive to find the financial solution that's best for you. Then we'll guide you through each step of the mortgage refinance process to make sure that it's both simple and easy. If you weren't HARP eligible in the past, new guidelines could mean that now you are. Give us a call and we'll give you a Quicken Loans mortgage review. It's simple and easy. To learn more about this money-saving U.S. government program, call Quicken Loans today or go to QuickenLoans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
Thanks for watching News 12 The Bronx. As local news gets, I'm Vanessa Freeman. The Republican candidate for governor here in New York City is now accusing his opponent and the city's public advocate of making racist comments. Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino held a press conference in our borough to condemn the alleged remarks made by Letitia James this past weekend. Published reports say James accused Astorino of being anti-choice, anti-LGBT, and anti-progress. The governor and James also allegedly called out Astorino for fighting a federal desegregation agreement in Westchester County. Joined by the group Latinos con Astorino, the Republican hopeful maintains his confidence in the election.
And the governor has completely ignored the Hispanic community, the African American community, and now all of a sudden he's trying to pretend he's going to be here for everybody. He hasn't been. I have in Westchester. I will be. That's why I launched my campaign in the Bronx March 6th.
We reached out to both Governor Cuomo and Public Advocate James for comments, but we are still waiting to hear back. Election Day is next Tuesday, November 4th. Now, in national headlines, more chilling details have come out about the deadly high school shooting in Washington State. Investigators say 15-year-old Jalen Feinberg invited his friends to lunch by text and then shot them at their table. 2 students died, 3 are still in the hospital, including 2 of Feinberg's cousins. Feinberg killed himself after Friday's shooting. Now, Penn State alumni are gathering today to discuss a 2-year-old report by former FBI Director Louis King. It concluded that head football coach Joe Paterno and top administrators concealed key facts about Jerry Sandusky's child abuse to avoid bad publicity. They could appoint a group to examine the report and develop questions for free. In other news, the New York City Marathon security procedures will remain similar to last year's. That's according to the organizers. They say one noticeable change will be adjustments to how entrants are screened to, of course, reduce those delays. About 50,000 runners are expected for Sunday's race. And organizers of the New York City Marathon are assuring the public people not to be worried about the spread of Ebola. They say there are no runners registered from the 3 West African countries hit the hardest. We're told organizers have been in close contact with city, state, and federal health authorities. The marathon takes place again this Sunday. And More people have been questioning who's responsible for the decision to quarantine people at risk of getting Ebola. The White House says President Obama is prevented by the Constitution from forcing all states to follow a national rule for isolating patients. The Constitution gives the federal government the right to isolate sick people entering the U.S. or traveling between states, but the states have most of the authority to regulate public health, which includes the decision to enforce those quarantines. Now, Casey Hickok, the nurse forcibly quarantined here in New Jersey after returning from West Africa, is set to be under quarantine in her home in Maine. The nurse agreed to be isolated for 21 days after the last possible exposure to the Ebola virus, but her lawyer is pushing for the state to follow federal guidelines, which require only monitoring, no quarantine for healthcare workers who have shown no symptoms after treating Ebola patients. And across the world, the president of the World Bank says he's worried about finding enough healthcare workers to effectively fight West Africa's Ebola epidemic. Jim Young Kim says at least 5,000 healthcare workers will be necessary to stop the spread of Ebola. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., Amber Vinson, a Dallas nurse who is being treated for Ebola, is expected to attend a news conference today. They plan to discuss her discharge from the Atlanta hospital after tests showed she is virus-free. Vincent worked as a nurse at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas and cared for Thomas Eric Duncan, the Liberian man who died of Ebola at that very hospital. Now, we want to remind you the Bronx Borough President is hosting an Ebola Town Hall meeting tomorrow, October 29th. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Bronx Museum of Art. For more information, head over to our website, news12.com. And keep it here on News 12 for continued Ebola coverage here in our cities and across the world. And in your 12 on Health report, the federal government is suing New York City, saying it ripped off Medicaid for millions of dollars and submitting false cases. A civil suit was filed yesterday. It says the city and a computer company used programs to avoid a requirement that Medicaid be billed only after private insurance coverage is all used up. Prosecutors say the city wanted to get paid by Medicaid as quickly and as much as possible. The city's law office says it strongly disagrees with those claims. I'm Vanessa Freeman. You're watching News 12 The Bronx. As local news gets coming up in sports, the Jets make a decision at quarterback. Who will start on Sunday, Geno Smith or Mike Vick? The answer is coming up.
News 12 The Bronx 12 on Health is brought to you by GuildNet, offering long-term care plans that help people stay safe in their homes for as long as possible. GuildNet is where long-term health caring begins.
My mom means the world to me. She is the heart of our family. But when she began to lose her sight, we knew she needed help. So I called GuildNet.
GuildNet's long-term care plans help adults with Medicaid or Medicaid and Medicare get the help they need to stay safe at home for as long as possible.
We'll always be there for Mom, because she has been there for us. Thank you, GuildNet.
For fast access to news, traffic, and weather, you need the News 12 family of apps.
Come on, kids, gotta get going. Weather, what's it like out there? The sun's out now, but lots of rain later.
Okay, hold this. Traffic, how are the roads?
Stick to the parkway. Local roads are a mess.
Okay, let's get moving.
The News 12 family of apps. Download all free today. Free with your Optimum subscription. Bronability lowered floor minivans give you the freedom to enjoy an active lifestyle. One touch of a button opens the automatic door, lowers the rear suspension, and unfolds the automatic ramp for quick and easy wheelchair or scooter access. The lowered floor allows you to ride at a comfortable height and enjoy the view. It's time to rediscover all that life has to offer. For more information, contact your local Bronability Center.
Loaded with technology, filled with excitement. Now get 0% financing for 72 months or up to $5,000 total cash allowance on 2014 Dodge vehicles.
Starting off with our look at the weather on the twos, we're going to throw it to meteorologist Mike Zetta. Mike, it is shaping up to be a gorgeous day.
It really is. We started off this morning, sunrise after 7 a.m. The view from Edenwald, courtesy of Andre. What a spectacular scene with all of these shades of orange and pink. We'd love to see some of your shots as well. Now, regarding our forecast this afternoon, it stays rather sunny, and it also stays rather warm. There'll just be a few thin clouds at times, but with temperatures soaring well above average. Your high, for instance, over in Co-op City, climbing to 70 degrees. Yeah, it'll feel nice today. It even stays warming through this evening, but not so much for tomorrow, because that's when the cool air starts to move back in. Your overnight temperature in Frostbank, this is waking up tomorrow morning, 60. So it's even mild throughout the early evening hours, even when we lose the sun tonight, earlier and earlier in the afternoon. The ragweed remains at the low level, but mold sport jumped back to high, and the weed count is also low. Notice the thin, wispy clouds that'll be around today into the overnight. They start to thicken up, and then tomorrow afternoon, a few light, spotty showers around. I don't think it's anything to worry about, not a big deal, but it's the change in air masses, the colder weather that drives down some pretty chilly stuff. This is the warm air we're enjoying right now, showing in orange, and then that blue just wants to invade us with this bunch of cold air that will literally take our temperatures down into the 30s, at times feeling like the 20s with wind chills, because it's going to be windy for Halloween evening as well as for Saturday. There's some light spotty showers on the way for Saturday, any one of which could be mixed in with a snowflake or two, especially early in the morning Saturday, as well as later Saturday evening. But primarily it's the wind that'll make it feel very chilly. That is also goes for the marathon runners, starting down across the Verrazano, and then by the time they make it here to the Bronx on Sunday afternoon, temperatures will have warmed to the mid-40s.
All right, so enjoy today and bundle up this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly.
There we go. Thanks so much, Mike. And across the country, it's a disaster in slow motion for dozens of residents on Hawaii's Big Island. Teams of scientists there are walking alongside lava flow. They are trying to get an idea of when the volcano will destroy homes in its path. Dozens of residents have been told to get ready to evacuate if need be. The lava is traveling about 10 to 15 yards an hour. And a judge has ruled that jury selection in the trial of alleged movie theater shooter James Holmes has been postponed for the 5th time in Colorado. The judge said jury selection will begin on January 20th after the defense asked for more time to review a sanity evaluation. Holmes is accused of opening fire inside a packed movie theater in Aurora in 2012, killing 12 people. He has pled not guilty by reason of insanity to the 166 charges he faces. And a federal judge ruled the most recent White House fence jumper incompetent to stand trial. The judge ordered 23-year-old Dominic Adesanya be held for more psychiatric testing and treatment. Another court date is set for December 22nd. Now, 2 Major League Baseball teams are stepping in to help out the Yogi Berra Museum after a recent break-in. Berra's old team, the Yankees, along with the New York Mets, say they will be donating items to the museum located at Montclair State University. The museum dedicated to the Hall of Famer was broken into earlier this month. Officials say the museum will get exact replicas of the items stolen from that facility.
Time now for sports. I'm Kurt Sumner. Rex Ryan made it official on Monday afternoon. Geno Smith is out. Michael Vick will start at quarterback this week for the Jets. Makes a lot of sense after the Jets' 20-point loss at home to Buffalo on Sunday, their 7th in a row. General manager John Idzik has come under fire for the perceived lack of talent on the roster. Idzik held his midseason press conference Monday and was actually optimistic about not just the team, but the performance of his head coach.
All the traits that make Rex Ryan our leader, our head coach, are still intact. But we've seen splashes, but we need to see consistency. So there are signs that in our play to our fans, but we need to, not signs, we need to show them wins.
And the Jets will take on the Chiefs on Sunday. I'm Kurt Sumner, and that's your Bronx Sports.
Our Burrow getting in the basketball league yesterday. Jose Calderon and Tim Hardaway Jr. stopped by the Chiefs Bank on White Plains Road. It's all a part of the team's basketball and the Burrow campaign. The Knicks open their season at the Garden against the Bulls tomorrow night. And if you're a big fan of the cronut, but you don't want to wait in all those long lines, well, Dunkin' Donuts could be the place for you. The company says they plan to roll out a croissant donut next week. The chain says the croissant donut hybrid will only be available for a limited time. I'm Vanessa Freeman. You're watching News 12 The Bronx. As local as we'll news gets, coming up, News 12 meteorologist Mike Zetta has another look at your weather on the tubes.
I'm going to college for the rest of my life. To get ahead, I know I have to roll up my sleeves, stay focused,
Make it happen.
control my experience.
So I can pursue my highest goals in life.
That is something to work hard for.
I'm going to start at Ostos Community College.
An excellent affordable school where professors know my name, teachers know my name, and understand my needs.
My dream.
Ostos Community College. In the community, for the community.
Is your house a mess? Whether it is or it isn't, we'll buy it as is, all cash, commission-free. Your house could be a mess, burned down, flooded, an estate sale, divorce sale, even occupied by non-paying tenants. Maybe your situation is a mess, aggravating, stressful, even facing foreclosure. We want to talk to you. Residential, commercial, even vacant land. Sell right now, all cash, commission-free. Get an offer in 10 minutes and cash in 10 days. Call 800-CASH-OUT. 800-227-4688. 800-227-4688.
Attention homeowners, if you owe more on your house than it's worth or you're facing foreclosure, listen to this important message. Sell now, get paid, and get out owing nothing. It can be your personal residence, an investment property, even a commercial property. Sell now, get paid, and get out owing nothing. MyShortSale.com is New York's largest short sale company. We know the banks and they know us, but short sale programs won't last forever. Act now before it's too late. Call 800-800-2670. 800-800-2670. 800-800-2670.
Lease this 2014 ATS for around $299 a month. Visit your Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
As local news gets. News 12, The Bronx.
Thanks for watching News 12 The Bronx. It's Tuesday, October 28th. I'm Vanessa Freeman. Nearly 11 months after the Metro North derailment that killed 4 people in our borough, federal regulators are giving some insight into what caused that wreck. News 12 The Bronx reporter JT Betts joins us with more. JT?
Vanessa, good morning. The National Transportation Safety Board has issued hundreds of findings already, but up until this point has not established a probable cause of that deadly December derailment in Spike, Idaho. That's expected to change later today, though. It was back on December 1st. The train came off the tracks as it hit a curve along the Hudson River that carries a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. The NTSB said the train was going 82 miles an hour. More than 70 people were injured, 4 people were killed. Back in April, the board revealed the engineer of the derailed train, William Rockefeller, suffered from undiagnosed sleep apnea, which interrupted his sleep dozens of times each night. Among the other accidents that will have details released later today, a May 2013 derailment in Bridgeport, Connecticut that injured more than 50, and the derailment of a freight train on Metro North tracks here in the Bronx that happened back on July 18th, 2013. Vanessa, back over to you.
Thank you, JT. The MTA has a new chief safety officer. The agency appointed David L. Mayer to the position. The MTA says the post was created to reinforce safety as their top priority. Mayer was previously the managing director of the National Transportation Safety Board. He begins his new job on December 1st. New York legislators have proposed a GPS tracking ban. It would make it a misdemeanor and allow civil suits. Sponsors note it would not apply to police who are already required to get a warrant before using a tracking device. There is an exception for parents when their kids have the card. Tracking now our beautiful forecast on the Tubes with meteorologist Mike Zetta. Mike, it's shaping up to be a gorgeous day.
It really is. Milder this morning and turning very warm, Vanessa. Later on today, 56, your current temperature in Bronx. Next, Bedford Park, still stuck in the upper 40s, but that neighborhood expected to warm up as well as the Bronx warms from top to bottom today thanks to an abundance of sun. Last of the clouds now clearing out, but still last warm day. It'll be milder tomorrow morning to start, but ends much colder as that cold front front, providing the rain moves in for Wednesday. As far as today's sunshine, anticipated all afternoon long, maybe a few thin clouds around sunset, which will make for a pretty one, but it's the temperatures that stay in the upper 60s and low 70s even throughout this evening, thanks to those clouds rolling in just after sunset. We'll tell you more about the rest of the weekend's chilly weather coming up in less than 10.
Looks good, thanks, Mike. We will take it. Governor Cuomo says $70 million from the Federal Highway Administration will go toward 68 projects across the state that will promote walking and biking and boost tourism and economic development. The project